Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the Immortal Thor issue 13, 2023. I love this cover. I mean, we got Thor, we got Hercules, they're arm wrestling and drinking, and we got some crazy-ass thing in the background. And this really fits because we got Herc in this issue, which is really kind of awesome. And of course, we got a weapon extraction thing in here as well. And we're almost to Legacy issue 775. So, let's crack into it. Not it is called by men, but by the gods Noel. Noel? The wide ruling powers call it Grima, the Jotuns Oleus, the Alfar Svengame, the dwarves call it Draumnior. No. Draumniorun. The lay of the dwarf Elvis, the elder Edis of Saemon Sigvason. I know I just fucking butchered the shit out of that one at the end. Draumniorun. Yeah. So let's pop it off. The night has many names, and her reach is long. Even in the midst of a sunny day, the darkness waits, that cannot be put off nor turned back. So it was then on Midgard among the islands of Greece. The noon sun shone bright upon Thor the Thunderer, yet a dark night loomed over him, for Midgard was no longer a welcoming home to the son of Gaia. The enchantress and the executioner had murdered a foe of Thor's and incriminated him for the deed, in a scheme to steal the very thread of his fate. Thus, to show his face in America was, at least potentially, to bring mortal law down upon his head. But that was not the only land where Thor had allies. Thor, it is good to see you. And now we are on to a new kind of artist, and I really like it. I mean, Thor looks pretty good, though. Low-key. That's really kind of cool. As close to him as brothers. I'm just sorry the place is such a mess. And I just love seeing Hercules like that. I'm like, we got him in Avengers. We got him back in Thor. Hell yeah. I remember the Sanctuary of Hercules when it was still standing. It was quite the party palace. A couple of earthquakes ago, maybe, but it was built for a good time, not a long time. At least by our standards. How are you, my friend? I'm like that, Hercules asking. How are you, man? Under suspicion of murder, and I have more troubles besides. My foes use scald magic to weave an enchantment about me, so that on Midgard my thinking slows, I become foolish. I do not know how to manage that. Ha! Ah! So you need the stud advice of Hercules. Who better to teach how to be a fool? It's like, yes. He at least understands himself. I mean no insult, my friend. I did not think of how that would sound. I did not think. I'm joking, Thor. You should know that. I've been very foolish. Sometimes, I am still very foolish. If I've found some wisdom now, it's not through denying who I am. And that's important. Very mature and wise of you there, Hercules. The problem is that this is not who I am. My point exactly. This talk of managing the spell on you, that's the spell talking. The god of thunder I know would look into breaking it. You speak true, Hercules. But enough of my troubles. I did not come because I needed help. You called on me for the favor I owed thee, after thy help against the giant-sized Thor. How may I assist thee? 'Tis godly business, Thor, Olympian business, and your business too, I fear. I saw news footage of your fight with Tyrannus in New York, and above his thunder, I heard his words. The wheel has turned, and I love him. He's like, he's being serious. Like, what the hell? What favor is owed? I well remember them. As do I, for I have heard the words before, from my own father, the mad Zeus, reborn from death as a force of evil. He spoke of a wheel that turned, of a dark age now upon us. It's like, ooh, shit, as we see Tyrannus, and then, of course, Zeus. A dark age. It sounds similar to what my mother Gaia said, but a time of trial upon the earth. I apologize, Hercules. The news of thy father's death reached me, but 'twas not an idle time for you, I understand. I could say the same about Odin. I'm sorry I wasn't at the funeral, but the galaxy is an eventful place, and not all news travels. Perhaps we can make it up to one another now. For if the wheel turned, Thor, who turned it? What do you know of Nyx? It's like, ooh, shit. Of course, this is bringing up night, and I love how everything's kind of tying together here. The goddess of night. Asgard knows of her. The tales tell of Not, the unlight. The mortals believe her born to giants, but she emerged from the void itself. Damn. My father gifted her a horse once. As we see her, and I was like, oh god, she looks kind of crazy looking. Love the art for it. My father gifted her a place in our pantheon. She bore her children on Olympus, and bore her grievances there too. Zeus exiled her for warring against him, but then night fell on the whole world, and that gave her power to return. When she did, she murdered him in her revenge. I remember Nyx being an important figure in those kind of events. But the Avengers defeated her. Indeed, the Vision used the very forces of creation to banish her, to exile her. Tell me, Thor, how many times has night fallen in the world since the whole world since then? The Blood Hunt, and before that, the King in Black. I see that meaning. We will need help. It's like, yep, power. She's back. Nyx had returned. The magic was needed in this fight. In the fight, even with his wits slowed, Thor knew that. And Loki knew it too. I knew there was a reason I tagged along on this trip. Tagged along? I've been alone since I left Asgard. Let me guess, Loki. You've been standing right behind him the entire time. I'm full of surprises, Herc. You know that. Is your boyfriend joining us? He has space business. I have Earth business. We're on a break, as the mortals say. That's, what No said, all right. I wonder if you were on board with it. You wouldn't happen to be on any apps. It's like, oh, God. Loki just doing his Loki doing their shit. Enough. There's work to be done, Loki, and I have not forgiven thee for thy mistakes with Tyr. If you wish to help, be of help. If not, be gone. I'm talking about that. Ha! A fine pair of siblings. One the Scald and one the Scold. Have you no remnants to speak of, Thor? And it's like, I kind of like that they kind of touch on this. It doesn't take up a lot of time, but it brings us into what's kind of going on. Even among the stars I heard tales of you and the fair She-Hulk. Then the stars are gossips. It was a time ago. And as time does, it slipped from my fingers like sand. The dust that once was diamond. Just as with Roz and Jane, and even Sif, who was my love in Song and Saga, time ticked by, and now I am alone. Is it then a wonder, old friend, that I would rather turn what poor thoughts I had to action than to idle pleasures? Maybe yours are idle. It's like, oh, damn it, Herc. But your wisdom has not left you yet, Thor. We should indeed skip the small talk. Loki, you're the expert on magic and the tales. If we wish to question a returned queen of the night, where might we find her? Why wouldn't she find you? The Avengers killed her kids, didn't they? I want revenge. They were beings of power and evil, Loki, and their deaths came in the heat of battle. But you do have a point. If the Night Queen was at her full power, she could find me as soon as I spoke her name. So, yeah, you gotta watch that shit as we get close up on Loki. She had 2 endless nights since your last meeting. By all the rules of magic, even one would open the door for her. But those were symbiotes and dark force, not the turn of the earth, so maybe Nyx needs a natural night to restore her power. Good thinking, Loki. Where can the longest night be found in midsummer? And so, with his sibling and brother in arms at his call, the Odinson undertook a journey south to the far Antarctic. And this is a crazy looking page. I'm like, oh shit! Got the goats back, on Tooth Gnasher, on Tooth Grinder. Hugin and Moonin guide their thundering hooves. Blizzard above, make way for us. The Lord of Storms commands it. Tell it to turn the heating up a little. Look, I'm freezing, and that's a frost giant talking. Yeah, be careful on that. You should have dressed for the weather, Loki, like me. As Hercules is pretty much like bare-chested and shit. High summer in the northern hemisphere is cold winter in the south, complete with the long winter nights. And here at the South Pole, the night is longest of all. The sun may not rise for months. It seems such a simple deduction, spoken aloud. Where else would a night goddess renew herself? I should have thought of it myself. You're the Scald of Realms, Loki. Can you not counter a more sorcery? Hocus pocus, magic be gone. What kind of story would that be? It's like, yeah. It's like, if it were that easy, what would be going on? Loki, I'm serious, Thor. I can't just undo what's done. If you stop the mortals telling your story, all of them, then maybe we could forge a new tale. Easier to turn back the ocean, I suspect. Aye, Amora has woven herself deep into that web. She'll not ease her hold on me without a fight. Not without getting what she and Scourge want. Though are those two wants the same? And then we like, ooh, okay, Thor. Now you're thinking. We'll see if you can do something with that. The sound of a bright notion dawning, if I ever heard it. Maybe you're not so affected by this spell as you fear you are. Perhaps I am more true. I am my true self more easily when in the company of my truest friends. Come, let us hunt the night. True, as he does that shoulder clap. Turn. I was like, yeah. And then we get this. No need, Odinson, the night has hunted you. Full page on her, and it's great. I love the blue for the cold, and then her in her black to show the night. It's great. Boar's breath, and the Hydras too. Join it. The Night Queen is not recovering. She has recovered all her power and more. Then why has she not taken her vengeance? I know not. We spoke her name. That alone should have brought her to our door. Yet she stayed here, amassing power for what? What could she possibly be? Oh no. What would the Mother of Night want more than revenge, Thor? What does any mother want? As we see them shift. And I love the paneling movement there. The best for her brood. Make a move, godlings, and this one dies. It's like, Loki, they need help. Loki needs help, man. Apate and Dolus, second and third of the Night Mother's children. Apate's blade is the rage of ignorance. Her brother's powers create illusions, and an illusion calls their end at the Night Queen's own hand. Then she has rectified her error. An endless night called me back from dust and ash, son of Zeus, to avenge myself on the Avengers. A second endless night restored my power, and with it I journeyed here. You were correct when you spoke my name. I needed natural darkness. I needed this cold womb to bring light to the children I lost. It's like, shit, she knows kind of what she's doing as we see this creepy, crazy-ass thing. Remember me, Hercules? Oises, the worm daughter, who is despair. And then we see them go after, Thor. Your despair tasted sweet, son of dead Olympus, but I think your Norse friends will be sweeter. Isn't that true, O King of Asgard? No! Just think about all the mistakes you've made, the traps you've fallen into, your brother Hermod, who you allowed to die. Think how many you've let die, how often you've failed, as we see him contending with all this despair. Thor, you have to fight it. Oiseus can be fought if you only Hercules. Yes, I don't think we've met. I am Hypnos, the firstborn son of Nyx, the god of sleep. Gah, under the snow, as Hypnos pops up. It's like, oh shit, that's kind of crazy. And he looks kind of gnarly too. So go to sleep, Hercules. Sleep like the dead. Look there, Thunder. Nay. Oh yes, you're about to fail someone else. And there's nothing you can do to, I say thee, as we see Thor powering up. Nay! Ah! Lightning. And it's different kind of color. I wonder if it is linked up with the All Force, like the Odin Force. For I am no stranger to dark despair, creature. I know its call well. But when I am needed, the call to action is greater. It's like, yes! Showing Hercules, showing Thor's true character to help his friends as he helps Hercules. Using one to strike the other. Well struck, Thor. A little too well struck. We did warn them, didn't we, sister? Yes, we did. As they draw their blade across Loki's throat. But we never underestimate Loki. You should not have done that, Update. Thor's voice was of stone, as cold as the ice about him. Have I made you angry, Viking? Good. Anger is what I am goddess of. Sister, yet Update was wrong. Why? Dolus? There was no rage to be heard there, only a grim, quiet presentiment. This was an ill omen. Thor knew it. Thor knew it in his bones. Not again! Not again! Update, what have you done? For what manner of trick could end the sun in front of the mother's eyes? As we see, that's gnarly. The blood coming from the slit and everything. It's... Ugh. And what manner of trickster? Loki in their form. And I love that even though we've got a new artist, the crazy... I love Loki's outfit. It's just nuts and fits them well. It wasn't me. It was Loki's throat I cut. I swear it, Mother. Careful. You don't want to get caught in a lie. But seriously, folks, illusions against me? Why not hit my brother with a foam mallet? Very true. Ha! There's the trickster I've heard tales about. Nay, that is not any Loki you have heard of. That is the true Skald in their most powerful aspect, as my enemy. It's like, yes, Thor, keep that in mind. The enemy you need, Thor, remember, and I will not coddle you. Killer of my kin. Technically, they did the killing themselves. You'll die 1,000 times for each drop of his blood, or you. But you both seem well matched against each other in this dark, cold place. So what of a place that's darker and colder, with a greater danger lurking? No, now is not the time for this. Do not test me, Loki. Loki! But it's all a test, brother. A test to destruction. But Thor heard Loki not, for Thor was gone. It's like, interesting. And Hercules with him. And so, where are we? And why would Loki send us here? The first, I know not. The second, there is reason behind it. Reason and a riddle. A challenge, a test. There's energies Loki cast to banish us here. They took the shape of the rune Uruz, one of the runes of my own name. Let me see here. Ah, yes. Seeing how it was done. As we see them here. It's like, ooh, so what will Thor gain here? The rune of endurance and survival. Survival may be difficult. Even the South Pole was not this cold. And somewhere in the Stygian dark, the Night Queen and her children lurk. Worry not of them, boy. Oh no. Where are you? Where are you? You are in a land without suns, Heracles. It's like, oh shit. The Greek. It's like, oh shit, who the fuck's this? Oh yeah, and we see a thing for Fantastic Four issue 25. In Pursuit of Doom, stranded on a vicious alien world. September 2024. Oh. So who is this? And thy father Zeus would have words, and it's like, that's not good. Oh god. They're gonna have to deal with that. That's not good. The vengeance of the gods. So here we see, next. All-Father versus Skyfather in a 775th issue Clash of Titans. Thor and Hercules were trapped in a realm of endless night, where Nyx and her children were at their full power. But there was a greater danger caged in this dark realm. Zeus, king of the Greek gods. And when twin thunderers meet, could either survive. This is the story of the Immortal Thor and the second test of 3. It's like, ooh, we'll have to see how Thor deals with this. I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, we've got Giant-Sized Thor issue 1, which I have put on my pull list and will get. Why did Thor say he owes Hercules a favor? Al Ewing explains all in this Giant-Sized Spectacular, on sale August 21st. Thor, All-Father, and Hercules, god of heroes, had joined forces many times as fast friends and fierce rivals, but never before like this. For in the farthest reaches of space, the deific duo faced the greatest and most terrifying war machine ever created, and it bore the Thunderer's face. This is the story of the Giant-Sized Thor. So, we'll see how that goes on. I'm like, yeah, since it's done by, the same writer going on here, I was like, I should pick that up and see what's going on. Now we get to Deadpool and Wolverine. Me and Wolverine have arrived in a parallel universe we're supposed to save. Looks normal enough. That's just because we haven't figured out its theme yet. Hey, watch where you're going, you surprisingly ripped masked mystery man. I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. I'm Roman, a simple small-town farmer all alone here in the big city. You lug, that bump knocked off my unflattering glasses and undid my markedly severe ponytail, thereby increasing my conventional attractiveness. Now I'm angry at you, but there's still a spark of something more. Oh shit, this is the romantic comedy universe? I love romantic comedies! It's like, oh shit, this is gonna be gnarly, isn't it? We ain't here to meet people, Wade. We're here to save them. Ugh, Wolverine, you're no fun. Sorry everyone, I don't have time to fall in love right now. I've got a universe to save. As they're kind of walking away confused, it's like, alright. So, how are a guy with swords that pop out of his hands and a guy with normal swords stored normally supposed to stop multiversal decay? Hell, beats me. Me too, but I think I might know how to find out. Quick, we need to go where they've always got you covered, cover to cover. There's no time to lose, Wolverine, to the local library. It's like, okie dokie. As they're bumping into all these people. Hey, we're enemies now. Don't expect me to change the lovers once we get to know each other. If you think you, the lowest of the social hierarchy, can treat me, the highest, like this, what are you doing? You're wild, a crazy, manic free spirit. I'm just a button-down accountant who secretly dreams of more. Please, an escalated series of white lies have left me needing someone to pretend to be my lover, but we absolutely, positively cannot fall in love for real. Quick, don't let them distract you, Logan. Everyone loves encountering button-down accountants to become more authentically free spirit, but there's no time. It's like, oh god. Definitely having fun with this one. Okay, this is the place. Come on, there's got to be a book in here that can help save everyone. Sorry, is this the romantic comedy universe and the evil battle librarian universe at the same time? Wade, as we see like crazy-ass evil librarians, it's like, what the fuck? I'm just saying, it's a hat on a hat, right? It's muddy in this universe's otherwise clear artistic vision. Shooting us is not an appropriate response to criticism. Learn to take a note. As we see them get kind of fucked up, it's like, oh shit. Shortly, cat gun? Cat gun? And he just smacks the person with the cat gun. It's like, no. Ooh, a flamethrower. Fraught choice for a librarian, but I'm here for it. As he just plunges his swords into their head. It's like, shit, they are not fucking around here. Don't move or I'll, heart attack. From eating my feelings with high cholesterol foods after my mother died. That's right. We each had our own rich lives and backstories before you showed up. Ha! It looks like you're the ones, evil battle librarians, who just got checked out for good. Oh, come on, that was fun. It's like, oh, God. And so, nothing useful here either. God, if only there were people trained to help me locate information in this stupid building. And now the universe is decaying too. Perfect. Whatever we're doing, bub, it ain't the right thing. Wait, that's it. Why would you send us, Deadpool and Wolverine, to save the multiverse? What special skills do we have? I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice. Exactly. You and me, Logan, we're killers. We're one-man whirlwinds of death. The only reason you send both of us somewhere is if you wanted someone there to die. Ha! Yes, that's it. Got it in one. If it wasn't these librarians, clearly, but there's got to be someone else in each of these universes messing things up. And it's up to us to find him and kill him. Continuing in Avengers issue 17. People are gonna die. It's like, shit. So, that was a nice little weird-ass thing. But overall, I enjoyed this. I loved seeing Thor and Hercules, and them just kind of getting back together and just helping each other out with the things that was kind of going on in their lives. Like, him understanding what's going on with Thor, bringing up the whole thing with Nyx, and tying all those different kind of stories together. Null, Bloodhunt, Nyx, and the whole thing when Hercules and them had to like fight Nyx and stop her from doing the stuff that she was doing to Earth. And Loki getting involved and being like, yeah, here's your next test, Thor. And having Hercules involved and them having to now deal with Zeus. And Zeus echoing what's going on, these trials and tribulations going on with these Utgard upper gods and whatnot. I'm really interested to see how this goes on. And it was kind of cool to see Loki having to deal with Nyx's children, and then, of course, Thor dealing with that of despair and helping out Hercules against Hypnos, and then everybody being transported to this other kind of crazier dark dimension. Dealing with Zeus is not going to be easy, especially since he looks like he's fucking on a big-ass power trip. Now, granted, since this is probably not in Midgard, Thor should be into his own kind of tactical advantage of being able to think. So we'll have to see what goes on with their two thunders clashing against each other. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been loving what they've been doing with this series, and I can't wait to see what goes on next. And if Thor, how Thor is able to beat this challenge, and if he's able to come up with some more creative ideas to deal with Amora's enchantment, to see if he can deal with whatever her objectives are versus what Scourge's objectives are. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.